So for some new shenanigans, I was given a Alcatel One smartphone. It's a 2018, I think, 2019 phone. Uh, Definitely low budget, low end phone. Mother-in-law gave it to me. She had found it at her house. I guess it was her old phone, and she didn't really use it very much. And I am actually really interested in this phone. It's really fun to use. It is just a little tiny. I'm not sure what screen size it is. It's very small. That's my thumb, my hand, thinking size to it. So it's definitely, I think, probably a 5-inch, 4-inch screen, 4 or 5 inch, somewhere in there. So yeah, this is yeah, it's a nice little guy. Takes a second to turn on sometimes. There you go. Just a little tiny phone, and yeah, I've already started playing with it. I did install a new software update on it the other night. That was a pain in the butt. Alcatel, some other stuff. I don't think they succeed for lack of trying. It's just lack of coordination, I think. So their biggest issue. But I think we can have a lot of fun with this little phone. I'm just gonna basically do a little review, but I want to play around with it and try to do some fun things, because apparently this phone can run Lineage OS, Lineage OS 17, I think, based on XDA developers forums. So we are going to eventually make a video of putting Lineage OS on this phone. Last hour I've been messing with this phone. I wanted to do a direct screen recording on the phone, so I installed F-Droid, installed Droid Record, or Droid Rec is what it's called, and I've been struggling to get it to record videos, because it'll record the videos but then my computer won't see it. It can't play back the MP4 files for some reason, even though I've moved them to my own computer. So that's interesting. That's fair fun. But so we're gonna do this the old, I guess, the less refined way, and I'm gonna kind of give you some rundown on the specs here. So let's go find our settings. So it does not have a lot of storage. It says total 8 gigabytes of storage. I did throw an SD card in there. Yeah, it's basically your normal stuff. Yeah, it's basically your normal Android. So no dark mode, unfortunately. But we can go about phone, and it is running Android 8.1. The last security update was January 5th, 2019. Quite an old version of the Linux kernel. But yeah, it does not have a ton of it's got 1 gigabyte of RAM, from what I can understand. I like to enable developer settings, and I go to memory, and total memory is 0.93 gigabytes, but 1 gigabyte. Basis on applications are run, I'm up to 761 megabytes normally. So that is this phone. It is tiny. It is a tiny little device. Browsing is not terribly slow. It could be worse, but it's actually not that bad, especially with the built-in Chrome. I'm going to change that though. We're going to use a different browser later. So let's go to some different sites. Let's see how well it loads things up. It's browsing, at least the Gboard, pretty pretty smoothly. Put all of our normal anime mixed in with technology on G, like usual, and the obligatory Discord stuff. Um, let's look for a harder website. I'm not sure what would be something we could go to. Let's see how well Reddit loads. Like, this isn't terribly slow. Like, it could be better. Piss off. It doesn't feel any worse than my own phone I normally use, which has 2 gigabytes of RAM and Android 10, but yeah. You can see all the nice cracks in the display, and there's a really good one. Let's do this. Not sure if that's really showing up or not. Yeah, it's all shattered at the bottom. I don't know, it's not that bad. I noticed people don't make as much complaints about phone cracks in your phone screen anymore due to a lot of people using dark mode. You don't see the cracks as much, but it does when it does show up because this phone doesn't natively support dark mode for most of the apps. But we do have, like I said, we got Foss Browser, F-Droid, all that good stuff on here. I really want to go and like use this for like a week and see if it's like doable, or if at like day 3 I want to throw it into the wall or not. So that'll be interesting to see. I'd really like to do that. Let's play with YouTube. I feel like YouTube probably won't open since we're what 5 Android versions behind. See, I'm playing to me. I need to update Google Play services. Yeah. I'm on Wi-Fi, so it ain't working. Yeah, this phone isn't that bad. I mean, Foss browser. This is the browser I've been recently using. I was using Firefox Mobile, and Firefox Mobile's super slow. But this is pretty fluid. Foss browser. It's I think it's based on Chromium WebView, a modified version of Chromium WebView. I think it's based on Bromite, is what it's called, I think. Assembly is relatively easy, but I'm going to go over the hardware first. I guess it's got a USB mini and a little microphone hole in the bottom. It's got one little camera hole and your flashlight, and it's got your headphone jack on the top, and you have power button right there, and your 2 volume up, volume down. So yeah, that is this phone. It is super basic. One thing, like, this is not my first Alcatel device. I'm using one right now, and I have another phone. I already made the review on that. I don't mind that the charging port's on the side. That really doesn't bother me, but the headphones on the top is kind of a pain in the arse. Especially when you put it in your pocket. Like I listen to Spotify and YouTube at work, and it's kind of a pain in the butt when you have to pull your phone out and it's always upside down because the headphone jack's on the top. And that's kind of a design flaw. I wish they would put it on the bottom. I don't know what the logic is. Maybe the old iPhones, I think, had them at the top for a while. The only other thing I think is kind of dumb is that they have the power button and the volume up and down button reversed from most people. So a lot of times I was having problems with this when I first got my first Alcatel. I would accidentally go to shut the screen off and turn the volume down or volume up or something like that. I hit the volume instead of the thing, because it's just a different layout than normal. But anyway, we're gonna take this apart. You have your standard removable battery. I don't want to remove it right now because I don't want to wait for the phone. And never mind, I'll do it. Yeah, removable battery. It's actually a really little tiny battery compared to that, but it's not, for how old the phone is, it's not bulged out at all. It's actually in really good shape. You have your SIM card slot right there, and your micro SD card slot, which I absolutely love that it still has micro SD card. That's fantastic. Oops. I do love the plastic that they used for this phone because it isn't textured like the newer Alcatel One, like the 1B that I'm using right now, but it doesn't crack as easily. I've cracked the corner on my phone because I was waiting for the case to show up from Amazon, and I dropped the phone on the floor at work and concrete and broke. Just a little ding crack. There you go, Alcatel Powered by Android Go Edition. That's really bad, blurry. Big old splash screen.